Yeah, I may have made a big mistake. So, if you've been following this channel, you might have remembered that several months back I said I'm leaving Amazon and I'm going to sell my products on my own website instead. Very excited, had great ambitions for that. That did not work out at all. Did not work out as I planned. And so I just want to share that journey with you, give you some kind of thoughts or insights as to why I don't think it worked out as well as I hoped it would. Maybe this will be an encouragement to you if you're thinking about, maybe whether you're thinking about selling on Amazon or Etsy or maybe your own website. Hopefully you'll get something out of that. And I guess I don't really have any goal in mind in this video except just to sit down and just share my experience with you. One thing that I'm just very passionate about just over the years and on this journey is just to kind of share the journey, even if it's a mistake. And maybe that's even more helpful than if I share some tip or trick or some, I don't know, some knowledgeable thing that I learned or whatever. So hopefully you can learn and glean something from my mistake. Have nothing to prove. It was actually a little hard kind of thinking about doing this video because it was humbling. Yeah, it was really humbling to just come out here and say I made a mistake, and I'm actually going back to Amazon now because my sales sucked on Shopify. So anyways, we'll just get into it and kind of share the journey. So I started selling on Etsy for about 3 months, my 3D printed products. Then I moved to Amazon. I sold on Amazon for about 2 years. It was great, loved it. By the end of the 2 years, I was selling about 12 to 16 products a day, which is amazing. I was doing really well on that, but there's some things about Amazon platform that I just didn't like, some silly rules and just things that kind of irritated me over time. And I'm an entrepreneur. I want to do my own thing. I don't want to abide by someone else's rules and march to the beat of their drum. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to leave Amazon and go to my own website. I just chose Shopify because that's what came up first on a Google search. And man, I just got completely blindsided by this whole situation. So I have enough common sense to know that if I just create my own website out of thin air, like how in the world are people going to know it exists? How are they going to find it? How are they going to get to it? But I'm like, well, I'm not going to have that issue because I have YouTube. So I sell products. So my audience, my customers are people who own the Glowforge laser cutter, and they buy an exhaust adapter that I've created for the Glowforge. And so I've done a ton of Glowforge content, and every once in a while, I never want to be that guy who's plugging product because I'm just serving myself and not you. So I just love making videos on Glowforge, being just tips, tricks, how to be more efficient. And every once in a while, I'll share a product that I made that I think works great to help kind of mitigate the exhaust fumes that people have with their machines. And so people will see a product, and I'll just link it in the description. And so when that link directed them to Amazon, it did really well. And so I was like, well, I already have the audience. This is my marketing. I have YouTube. And so all I got to do is just change the link in the description from an Amazon link, and I'll just link it to Shopify. I'm the same guy selling the same product for the same price. It should just be the same. I'll just redirect the traffic over here, and yeah, maybe it'll be slow for a little while, but it should be the same, right? Nope. Nope, not at all. And I did not expect that one bit. And yeah, I did expect to lose some sales because Amazon is just so stinking easy to purchase from. We all love buying on Amazon, and I figured there would be at least, a handful of people or a big percentage of people who are thinking, I don't want to have to enter in my payment information, and is this website even legit? And so I'm like, I'll probably lose a few people there who have that that mindset. I've been there too. You've probably been there too. You find a product and it's on some other website, and you're like, I don't want to enter all my payment information. I already have 200 login and passwords saved elsewhere. I'll just go find it on Amazon. So I figured that would happen, but not to the extent that it did happen. 12 to 16 sales a day on Amazon, 2 on Shopify, and I need at least about 6 to 8 sales a day just to make it by. So I was gone from Amazon for 6 months, and at the end of 6 months, I just financially couldn't hang on anymore. Thankfully, when sales were great, I was diligent to put money in savings. So I was able to supplement and kind of live off savings, but that dried up really quick. I hired a marketing company to help kind of promote the website. I'm dropping my website name, martinsonmanufacturing.com, in every YouTube video to try and tell people, hey, go to this website. And at the end of 6 months, I'm out of money and I just financially can't hang on anymore. And I'm like, okay, I think at this point, I don't have the luxury of being picky. I got to go back to Amazon because I just need to make money. I don't want to have to go get a job in the corporate world again. I want to still keep having my own small business, and Amazon worked well and I was getting great sales there. So some things that I got completely blindsided about that I just didn't realize, or it just didn't occur to me when I made the switch, was when you leave an established marketplace like Etsy or Amazon, you're leaving a huge infrastructure that has all these tools that are working for you. So I don't know who owns Etsy, but Etsy and Bezos, those people have invested hundreds of millions of dollars, Bezos probably billions of dollars, into Amazon, into these marketplace websites for one purpose. That's to get people like you and I to buy products. So they've invested hundreds of millions of dollars to get people to purchase. And you have all this stuff working for you. They do the SEO. They have the shopping experience is so easy. They build up trust. They have 5-star ratings. So you kind of get that kind of social confirmation of, hey, all these other people bought it. Etsy's got all these cool little techniques of, you go buy a product and it says only 5 left and 20 people have it in their shopping cart. Like, hurry up and purchase. If you viewed a product but didn't purchase it, you might get an email a few days later saying, hey, come back and buy this product. So you have all that infrastructure working for you if you choose to sell on one of those sites, which I didn't really realize. But now if you go to create your own website, you basically have to reinvent the wheel. You got to somehow create all of that on your own website. And guess what? You got to invest a ridiculous amount of money. Obviously, if you want to get it as good as these websites, which you probably never will, because they invested so much money onto it. But even just things like that, like, hey, this person just purchased something, or a kind of an email reminder, or all these things. So I was going down, I was pushing the website, I was working on the website so much, invested money, buying all these little plugins. And then after a while, I realized, like, in order to get it to where I want it to be, I'm gonna have to spend like tens of thousands of dollars. And then it's still never gonna be as good as Amazon. I literally have to recreate the wheel and I have to compete. Unfortunately, Amazon has kind of spoiled it for the rest of us who have our own websites. If you have a product on your website and that same product is on Amazon, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna buy it on Amazon. Even though I'm a small business guy and I want to support your business, it's just kind of how it is. We're so focused on what's quick and convenient. It's just so simple. So they kind of spoiled it for the rest of us, and we're kind of conditioned for 2-day shipping, and it's just hard to compete with that. The best shipping I could do is like 3 to 5 day shipping, all that stuff. So that was kind of the biggest thing I realized. There's all this infrastructure working for you. One thing that was just really sad one day is I just Google searched one of my products. I just typed in Glowforge exhaust adapter. And I saw all my other competitors on Etsy selling theirs, and their products, their listings, were at the top of the search. And I'm scrolling through tons of their listings, and I'm like, where's mine? It's nowhere to be found. That's because Etsy does all the SEO. And so I'm having another conversation with the marketing company that I paid money for, that I hired. I'm like, hey, can you do SEO for me? And he gave me the price. I'm like, yeah, gosh, that's just a lot of money. And so I'm like, man, this is my product. I'm like the first guy that created this product. These guys are just selling, you know, kind of knockoff versions of it, but yet their products are ranking higher than mine. And yeah, so you just really have to recreate the wheel. I did not anticipate all of that going into it. And I think that leads into probably the biggest challenge about starting your own business is I don't know crap about business. Like, I don't have an MBA. So most of us are just kind of technical people. We have a technical skill. We're good at 3D modeling. We're good at designing. We're good at 3D printing. You know, we're good at crafting. We have some particular skill that we're good at, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're good at business, or you're good at marketing, or you're good at finances, or you're good at taxes. And when you're just starting out, you don't really have the funds to kind of contract that out and to have other people do it for you. You have to wear all those hats and do it yourself. And you got to make mistakes like I did. I'm like, hey, it seems like a great idea to leave Amazon. And you make stupid mistakes. And because I don't really know what I'm doing. This journey has just been such a humbling journey. Oftentimes I can't relate. Like, I meet other small business owners, and they just kind of have a pride and a confidence, like, yeah, I got my own business and making money and time freedom. And I'm like, I just can't relate. Maybe just because I'm not as confident as them. But for me, I'm like, this is just a humbling journey, because most of the times I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm just following a passion. I'm just going in this direction. I don't even know exactly where it leads, but I think I need to go there. And so I'm just walking down there, and I'm just trying to figure it out on the way. And, you know, 10 years from now, I'll probably be business savvy, because I'll just learn a lot along the way. And that's a great education for sure. But until then, I just got to figure it out, and I got to make mistakes. And sometimes you make expensive mistakes. Hopefully they're not too expensive. So yeah, that's about it. Again, yeah, just, you know, this one was kind of a costly mistake. Thankfully, I don't have, you know, $40,000 on like a credit card, or thankfully it's not working against me. I just missed out on it. So I'm not like in the hole, and I'm not like in a really bad place. So thankfully that didn't happen. But still, I hope this video doesn't discourage you from starting or moving forward. Just start, just move forward. You'll figure it out. You'll make mistakes. Try to be wise in what you're doing. If you need to make some big investment or some big purchase, probably consult with some other people, get their thoughts. It's easy to discredit other people's thoughts when they're not in your business, because, you know, you started your business, you know most about it, and there's kind of this temptation to go like, well, you don't know my business like I do. But most of the people you talk to are customers who buy products, and they can give you feedback about the customer experience. You know, I think if I would have opened up my circle of influence and just kind of shared with other people, like, hey guys, what do you think? Be more humble about it and say, I'm kind of thinking about switching from Amazon to my own website. And there's a lot of benefits, a lot of great benefits from my own website. There's so much more I can do and have control of, and other products I can sell, and customized products. But if I would have just shared that more with other people and get their feedback and listened, probably listened, they probably would have said, hey, I don't know, it probably doesn't seem like a good idea. Or maybe just start your website, but keep Amazon and just kind of see what happens. But I don't know, I think I just kind of had a knee-jerk reaction and didn't like some things about Amazon. I'm like, you know what, forget Amazon, let's just go over here. But anyways, it's a great learning experience, a great learning journey, and some of those big mistakes that you make are the hardest to forget. and that knowledge and experience are yours to keep, and that's mine. And that's an education that's probably far more valuable than what I paid so much money for at a university, which I don't even care to share that number of money because it's so expensive that I'm still trying to pay off. But anyways, I hope you guys have great success in your businesses. I wish you guys the best. Don't let things hold you back from moving forward. Just move forward, figure it out along the way, and yeah, reach out to other people. Find some other people you can kind of talk with and bounce ideas and thoughts off along the way on the journey. And yeah, we're just kind of in this together. I don't see myself, even though you see me on YouTube and you might be like, oh, that guy's established or he's far along than I am. I'm just in the same boat as you guys. I have a passion to just have my own business, do my own thing, and I'm just figuring it out. And you're probably figuring it out too. That's probably why you're watching the video. So we're just in the same boat together. Maybe in the comments we can share some things, be an encouragement to other people if there's something I missed out, or if you guys have feedback or other things that you think would be valuable, put it in the comments. And yeah, we could just be an encouragement to each other. And catch you guys on the next video. Hopefully the next video won't be another mistake video. But if it is, it's all part of the journey, and that's okay.